I wanted to check and see if this camera did click on. Yeah, and I believe it did. That's when those Spanish fellas forced me off the road with my bike. That remained bent, and I rode it that way briefly at the end of last year. It happened right in the beginning of the year, like this time. Going over these bikes, this is the state my bike is in. Hold on, I don't want to shut anybody off. I got paws like a grizzly bear. Things to carry in your bike, besides my glasses. I have a multi-wrench, a spare CDI, spark plug. I have my tire pressure gauge. I have some business cards because people always ask me. I'm going to put that rim that's left over from that chopper bike actually back on there. I utilize parts. It's got to be cleaned up. Here's the motor and the muffler. The motor, if you guys experience a locked up motor in the spring, usually it's full of gas and you got to drain it out. That was one of the things that I did. And then I soak my chain, cup of oil. These are all the things that you need to do in the spring with your bike after it's sat. Besides brakes, we have brand new brakes. As you can see, I told you mine are shot. I have some cables to replace. There's something to do no matter what time of the year or day it is. These bikes, they need attention. And they're not going to go back together. You're not going to ride it after it has problems. I don't know why people do that. But I'm going to start reassembling my bike, and I wanted to give you guys that tip. Okay, I don't care how chewed up this bike is going on. I don't know how many years old, probably his 6th year, and it still runs like a rocket ship. I'm going to clean it up. It is semi-cleaned up, but not the way I want. I still got yuck and stuff. I got to get in there with my rag and my screwdriver, clean all that out. You guys can do it too. That's why I save parts. People wonder, what the hell are you saving that for? Well, the day comes when we're in the middle of this corona thing. I don't know what to tell people other than protect your families, keep your firearms, and keep the tyrants away from you. Don't go out of your way to be an asshole to somebody just because you're feeling the stress. All of us are feeling the stress, the money crunch. Roger's bike is still here. I can't ship it. I can't do nothing. And all the slackers and the top earners are getting their money first. Us disabled veterans, we may not see a dime of it till May, June. You know, who knows? You know what? I shouldn't hold my breath. And over there's a console. We have an upcoming interior swap project for Billy Joe. The truck was a mess when I got her. I found a console out at Harry's the other day, and we're going to be covering a Volvo that I found. It walked its way home here with me. And the wind's done a lot of damage. It's knocked the Padres bike over. It's not even funny. We're having 50-mile-an-hour winds through here. I'm going to clean that up in a second. I just wanted to show people. People's roofs, everything around here got chewed up. And I'm surprised no more trees came down. I'm waiting for that thing to land on my mowers because that tree has had it. It's coming down this summer. So I got a million projects and nothing finished. She's gone over. We're going to do spring hangers. Tara's spring hangers are rotten. And that's going to be my first next project is replacing these rotten spring hangers. As you can see, there ain't much left of that one. That one's getting ready to let loose. It's nothing but corroded crud. So for you folks, springtime is a project time and it's never ending. Go over your tractor, change the oil in your tractor, your bike, go over your bike. This stuff ain't gonna fix itself. So from your Pennsylvania Dutch uncle, I'm not happy with Mr. Trump giving all the top feeders their money and the disabled veterans. This is what pisses me off about the military. Just like that Muppet Millie, I'd like to grab him and break him over my knee. Him and that Secretary of the Navy. Thank God guys like me are gone. We wouldn't stand for that shit. Just like that skipper walked off his boat. You know what? Give it to some egghead. Give it to some fucktard. That's the way I tell, you know. Let him create a disaster for this country. This country needs to learn a lesson, especially at the top leadership, because it's the worst it's ever been. Remember what I told you, people. They removed the father from the family, unemploy the fathers, unemploy them, throw them in jail, remove the religion from the schools, remove the discipline from the schools. They've just totally removed our way of life and the way we raised our children and the way we taught each other. Okay? And that goes for the Navy and all of them. There was no traffic here this morning. It just started. I can't believe the traffic. It was like somebody just opened a gate. It was silent here. You could hear yourself breathe. Now all of a sudden it was like somebody threw a switch. But take my point. Things take maintenance in the spring, and they're not going to fix themselves. If you want a bike and you want to build a bike, it takes a bunch of tools. It takes a bunch of knowledge. And right now, even if you wanted one of my bikes, I couldn't ship you my bike. Just not going to do it because I can't get them there. But if you want to build a bike, it takes some knowledge and it takes the fortitude, and it does take some engineering skills. These bikes are not as simple as what Bike Bearer used to make it, that you could put one together with some, grandpa's rusty old tools and pliers and some duct tape. People found out that was shit for the birds. But anyway, professionals, we approach things differently, especially here where I work. And my place gets to be a mess. That's all getting cleaned up. Spring's here, things are going to get painted. Do those things yourself. Don't stress under this. I'm sure you got enough money to go buy yourself a can of paint down at Sherwin-Williams or Home Depot or whatever. If something needs painting. That's how I'm going to amuse myself and live through this and live beyond it. So I hope you enjoy my videos, and I hope you enjoy my advice about good tires, good brakes, air pressure. Keep that all in the back of your mind. My motors are potent. They break most of these Chinese bikes. You're not going to have them very long. Even some of those crappy tank frames, I have one in there I built for myself. I'm going to play with it and see what I can learn from it. I don't have a whole lot of experience with them, and I do want to have the front hub reconfigured so I can put a disc brake on it and use it. So you guys, when you watch my videos, I play with this stuff. I'm semi-retired. I have hours and hours to play with this stuff. But I know you don't when you want to get something together, so that's why I share my forethought with you. Just like I told you, a pedal could be loosened up. You don't want to go down the street and have a pedal go right off the bike. Make sure things are tight before you get on that bike. Or if you're building one, when you bring one out of Walmart, half the stuff on there is not even tight. Somebody just finger tightened it with their fingers, and it looks like it's a bike, and it's not. I've had them here. I've had stuff fall right off of them. I had a store clerk wheel one out by the handlebars, and he fell flat on his face because the handlebars were loose. He thought it would take the pressure of his body leaning over it to push it. It was a kid's bike. That's not CB. That's smoker's cough. So if I were you, and you buy something at Walmart, every nut and bolt on it's got to go over. You just don't climb on that bike. It's just not good. And you're going to hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt your kid and give yourself one of those kids' bikes and the pedal falls off and they come home with their leg all bloody. It's just not the world we used to live in. Bicycle shops like mine, nobody wants to pay me to go over one of those bicycles. For some reason, they'd rather see their kid get hurt. They don't want to bring it to a professional shop and have a professional go over it. But like I said, our government leadership has changed the way we live, and I don't know why they've done that. And that's, I guess, why I'm just such a hard ass. Everybody tells me, Iraq changed me. It did. It changed me in a lot of aspects. I am still humorous. I never did lose my sense of humor. But I've lost my patience for life, and I've lost my patience for leadership. The leadership in this country right now, it sucks. From the top all the way to the bottom. Pelosi, Shifty, Schumer, Chuck E. Cheese, that big fat communist rat, all of them got to go. They got to go. We're not a communist country, and you're going to be eating lead the day you tell us it is. It's not going to be a leftist communist country, because you're going to be eating a lot of lead from hillbillies like me. And that is a threat. This is not a communist country. I was raised to hate communists by parents that fought communists. There's a lot of unmarked graves with a lot of people that believed in communists. They're laying in those graves. I'd rather go down fighting it, and I will. So take my message from the top on down. It's not good. Take care of yourself. Take care of your own projects. Buy yourself some tools instead of a bag of dope or a 12-pack. Buy yourself a tool. That's my message, guys. Thanks.